Coming up on Network Africa, license revoked, that's the status for the Aquarius, a migrant rescue ship that has been shuttling between Libya and Europe. A Rwandan court postpones trial of Diane Rwigara, a prominent critic of President Kagame, held on the charges of insurrection. And deadly attacks in the Democratic Republic of Congo restricts Ebola treatment in the northeastern city of Beni. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shobowale. We begin today with stories and happenings that made headlines over the weekend.
Divers in Tanzania rescued a man from the wreckage of an overcrowded ferry on Saturday, 2 days after it capsized on Lake Victoria, killing at least 218 people. Navy divers resumed their search inside the sunken MV Nyerere after hearing sounds that suggested signs of life. The man was pulled out of the overturned ship and immediately rushed to the hospital. Bodies continued to float to the surface around the vessel, which initial estimates suggested had been carrying more than 300 people. President John Magufuli ordered the arrest of those responsible for the ferry sinking just a few meters from the dock of Ukerewe, the lake's biggest island. In Mali, police fired tear gas in parts of the capital, Bamako, to disperse anti-government protesters who plan to drive to the Labour Exchange and stage a sit-in overnight on the eve of Independence Day celebrations. The demonstration was called by civil society groups opposed to the election of President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta last month. Opposition leader Soumaïla Cissé, who lost to Keïta, claimed the victory to be fraudulent and the result of widespread vote rigging. Mr. Keïta, who was sworn in early this month, celebrated his victory publicly after winning a landslide re-election, despite escalating attacks by Islamist militants and clashes between herders and pastoralists. Mali has been in turmoil since Tuareg rebels and loosely allied Islamists took over the desert north in 2012. And in Libya, homes and shops in Tripoli South stood damaged and destroyed on Saturday after clashes between rival forces that have gripped the capital since August. Pockets of fighting have led to the destruction of businesses, knocked out power in most of the city's stations, and led to a complete shutdown of Tripoli's main airport. The clashes, which started last month, were interrupted briefly by a shaky truce brokered by the United Nations, but renewed fighting began again on Monday the 17th. Libya has been divided since 2014 between rival authorities that have taken power amid widespread anarchy prevailing since longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi fell into a NATO-backed uprising in 2011.
A rescue vessel operating in the central Mediterranean Sea has had its registration revoked. When the Aquarius next docks, it will have to remove its Panama maritime flag and cannot set sail without a new one. It's the last private rescue ship operating in the area used for crossing from Libya to Europe. The charities running the vessel accused the Italian government of pressuring Panama to deflagging the Aquarius. Italy's Interior Minister, Matteo Salvini, who had previously described the aid boat as a taxi service for migrants, denies the accusations. Joining us to discuss more on this is Olatunji Larry Barua, a human rights activist. Hello, and thank you for joining us on the program. Isn't revoking the Aquarius license similar to killing a fly with a sledgehammer, knowing the hundreds of lives that will be affected by the ship not being at sea?
Flying with a sledgehammer. I think it is the most inhuman decision any government would have taken right now concerning, the migrant crisis, and especially about lives being, all the lives are being lost in the Mediterranean Sea. It is inhuman and it is wrong. It is a terrible decision to have been taken. It's not just about killing a fly. There are a lot of issues. There are a lot of. You don't have to revoke the license or the operating license of the Aquarius too. You could stop them from disembarking migrants or rescued migrants at the shores of Panama or the shores of the Italian shores. But if you revoke their operating license, it means they cannot even walk on the sea at all. So unless we find a middle ground where the EU and another country will issue them a fresh license, or the Panama government will issue them or revalidate what they have revoked, it's going to be a terrible, terrible decision. The outcome can be visible. Look at the number of lives that are being rescued actually across the Mediterranean Sea. A lot of lives are being rescued. Even right now, as we speak, there are several people, over 50 people are on board the Aquarius that need the point of disembarkation. And that's a problem. It means that if they get to the Panama port, once they disembark, whatever they do, they will no longer be able to operate on the water. This is wrong. This is inhuman.
So the Italian government is being accused of putting pressure on Panama. Though Italy has denied this, if it is true, what would be the gain in it?
No, it's just that they are pandering to the sentiment of dominant players in the right-wing parties. The Italian government is run by right-wingers, and there are people who are anti-migration, there are people who want foreigners. It is so bad that the Italian government right now do not even want Romanians, undocumented Romanians, even within the shores of Italy. So it's not just about the Africans, it's the kind of people who run the government in Italy. And everybody the world over and would say this. We knew it was going to be. These guys are intolerant. And so it's what we have to deal with. So it is an inhuman decision. And right now, every effort has to be channeled. Everybody has to call on the EU as a body to prevail on this issue and prevail on them to revalidate this license or to issue a new one to their career.